Hello everyone, welcome all. Please make sure that you're comfortable, um, sitting in a comfortable posture. Cross your legs, clasp your hands, and close your eyes. This meditation allows you maximum relaxation and connection to your higher self. To relax, we breathe deeply and activate all our senses. So let's breathe 3 big breaths together now. Each breath taking you closer to creative intelligence. First breath, inhaling as fully as you can, expanding your lungs and belly, holding it for a moment and relax. Now second breath, inhale, feeling relaxing sensation in your body, hold it and exhale. The last time, inhale as much as you can. Feel the great power of your body being oxygenated. Hold it, soak it into it, and and exhale slowly. So just relax, allowing your eyes to gently close, taking away your sense of vision away. And begin to focus on all the sounds around you. Perhaps you can only hear this recording and music in the headphones, or perhaps there are sounds you can hear in your surroundings too. But stop listening to the sounds and begin to focus on the sensation in your body. What are your fingertips touching? Notice how the palms of your hands feel. What are your feet touching? Notice how the soles of your feet feel. Become aware of your head and notice how your scalp feels. Can you sense how extremely powerful your brain is? How about your mind? Can you become aware of your mind? How big is your mind? Our mind is our imagination. Our ability to imagine is boundless. The mind does not have any limits whatsoever. You can literally use the great power of your creative imagination to experience the quantum dimension. I am going to count from 10 to 1, and with each number I say, you will float along the timelines of your past, just observing all the moments of your life pass by without involving any emotions. You're floating along this timeline of your life all the way to your birth and making your way back to the soul level where you can communicate with your higher self. 10. Letting your mind begin to drift back in time. What were you doing this morning, yesterday, last month? 9. See what you were doing last year. 8. Floating back along your timeline. 5 years back, then 10 years. 7. You drift all the way to your school days. See the moments flash by when you were a teenager. 6. Drifting through your childhood. See the places you lived during these times. Any memories that come, just let them pass by. 5. You're seeing things from when you were very young. Perhaps they are the real accounts of memories you had. Or maybe you can just see the stories you were told about your early childhood. 4. You can see you are a baby now, just learning to walk. See these moments as clearly as you can. 3. You are a very tiny baby now, before you could walk. See people caring for you. Observe any colors or sounds you may notice from this time. Two. Now you are in your mother's womb, safe and warm. It's quiet in there, and you feel wanted in the world outside of your mother. 1. Now you are only but a spark of life in your mother, sent from your father. 0. You are passing through back into the spiritual dimension, the place of unlimited awareness. Observe whatever you're experiencing right now. You sense a presence that is pure and beautiful. It is the most intelligent presence you have ever felt. This presence is your spirit. It is the higher self. Notice the qualities of this existence, what it's like. Allow for a moment of stillness now. This higher self has been waiting a long time for you to come to this moment where you can connect and learn. What form does this higher knowledge take on this moment? What do they look like? Notice every detail and quality about this quantum being that you can. The first bit of knowledge the spirits offers is about you in your human form, giving you insight about something you need to know. So, open yourself up completely now to anything you need to learn about this current human incarnation you are experiencing. And listen. Listen with an open mind, allowing anything into your mind that needs to be present itself. Good. Any messages you receive here and now? You remember for the rest of your human life. This is very important moment with your total soul consciousness. Ask your higher self now anything that comes to mind and listen very closely. There are 7 messages that your higher self has for you right now. So, as they say each of these things to do, sit with the message and allow yourself to make of it what you will do. You deserve the best in every situation. You have special gifts. Turn the negatives into positives. Leave and let others leave. Remember to make time for play. Meditate as much as you can. Love yourself always. Good. And now you're going to merge fully and completely with your higher self, bringing you full access to your intuition during every moment of your human life. Allow yourself to connect completely with your higher self, becoming a powerful force, never separating again. You have had incredible experiences today, ones that will last you for your life. We are going to come back now to Bigfoot awareness, bringing back all that you have learned today with you. One, coming back. Two, feeling good. Three, feeling strong. 4, breathing in fresh oxygen. 5, feeling complete. 6, feeling whole. 7, feeling wiser. 8, good coming back now. 9, you're almost there. 10, feeling happy and rejuvenated. 1 minute, friends. Get your awareness back to this physical world. Once you're ready, place your hands on your eyes and open once you're ready. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi. That was a very, very beautiful session. Thank you so much for the wonderful guidance and beautiful music. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mary.
So, welcome back, friends. Friends, today we have entered into day 17 of We Heal Ourselves. And today's topic is about new biology by Bruce Lipton. And I would like to read a little bit about him. Bruce Lipton, PhD, is an internationally recognized authority in bridging science and spirit. A cell biologist by training, he taught cell biology at the University of Wisconsin School of Medicine and later performed pioneering studies at Stanford University School of Medicine. Bruce Lipton has been a guest speaker on dozens of TV and radio shows, as well as a keynote presenter for national conferences. His breakthrough studies on the cell membranes presaged the new science of epigenetics and have made him a leading voice of the new biology. So that's a little bit about Bruce Lipton, friends. And now coming back into the topic, the new biology. We are not victims of our genes, but masters of our fates. I believe that cells teach us not only about the mechanisms of life, but also teach us how to live rich, full lives. In ivory tower science, that kind of thinking would no doubt win me the Wakey Dr. Doolittle Award for anthropomorphism, or more precisely, cytopomorphism, thinking like a cell. But for me, it is biology. You may consider yourself an individual, but as a cell biologist, I can tell you that you are in truth a cooperative community of approximately 50 trillion single-celled citizens. All of the cells that make up your body are amoeba-like individual organisms that have evolved a cooperative strategy for their mutual survival. Reduced to basic terms, human beings are simply the consequence of collective amoebic consciousness. As a nation reflects the traits of its citizen, our humanness must reflect the basic nature of our cellular communities. Using these cell communities as role models, I came to the conclusion that we are not the victims of our genes, but masters of our fates, able to create lives overflowing with peace, happiness, and love. There are over 6 billion of you. And to be more fully honest, I don't really know all of the members of the plant and animal kingdom either, though I believe they also comprise God. It is written in Genesis that we are made in the image of God. Yes, this is now quoting Jesus, Buddha, and Rumi. I have come full circle from a reductionist scientific take on life to a spiritual one. We are made in the image of God, and we need to put spirit back into the equation when we want to improve our physical and mental health. We are not powerless biochemical machines. Popping a pill every time we are mentally or physically out of tune is not the answer. I would like to repeat it again. We are not powerless biochemical machines. Popping a pill every time we are mentally or physically out of tune is not the answer. Drugs and surgery are powerful tools when they are not overused, but the notion of simple drug fixes is fundamentally flawed. Every time a drug is introduced into the body to correct a function A, it inevitably throws off function B, C, or D. It is not gene directed hormones and neurotransmitters that control our bodies, our minds, and thus our lives. Oh, yeah, of little belief. The new biology casts life as a cooperative journey among powerful individuals who can program themselves to create joy filled lives. When we truly understand the new biology, we will no longer factitiously debate the role of nurture. New biology, a new field of biology that is unraveling the mysteries of how the environment, which is nature, influences the behavior of cells without changing the genetic code. It is a field that is uncovering new complexities in the nature of disease, including cancer and schizophrenia. Positive thoughts have a profound effect on behavior and genes, but only when they are in harmony with the subconscious programming. And negative thoughts have an equally powerful effect. When we recognize how these positive and negative beliefs control our biology, we can use this knowledge to create lives filled with health and happiness. As parents, we need to understand the role we play in programming our children's beliefs and the impact those beliefs have on our children's life. Whether you are a parent or not, for as a former child, the insight into our programming and its impact upon our lives is quite revealing. New biology led me to realize the importance of integrating the realms of spirit and science, which was a radical shift from my background as an agnostic scientist. So this is about, this is from the book called The Biology of the Belief, friends, by Bruce Lipton. And yeah, so, how we can change everything. It's, I see many people taking drugs or, the pills whenever they have a headache or anything, is simple in their health. Like for example, fever or a headache or a cold, they immediately take a pill. So I always used to think that that pill is like a temporary relief. It's not a permanent solution. As Bruce Lipton says, each time you put a pill inside you, it might be temporarily hiding that the issue that is coming to us, but it is intensifying more pains in our system, because the chemical is going into our body and it's changing our complete pattern inside our cells. So yes, friends, we have to be really be mindful about what we are putting into our system. So as Patriji says, no doctor, no medicine, is because of this, because there is there is all the doctors and scientists are proving the same thing, that you don't have to take drugs to heal yourself. Just give some time, let it heal by itself. And that's how you gain your strength. The more you put everything inside the pills and all these things, you become weaker and weaker, you become dependent on all those things. So, yes, friends, thank you so much. And if you have to share anything and ask, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, friends.
Yes, thank you, Madhu, for the wonderful reading, and thank you all for joining the meditation today. Yeah, yesterday one incident happened, Madhu, in office. Actually, we were discussing with my colleagues, and actually my daughter was not keeping well, so I just mentioned to them that when she had got a cold and cough from past 2 days, then they immediately asked, "Did you check with the doctor?" I said, "It's just a cold and cough, and I usually use home remedies for these
Mm-hmm.
things, and I don't give any antibiotics." Then the debate went on, saying that you have to consult the doctor, you're not a doctor, and all those things. I was literally, how much ever I was trying to convince them, like they were not ready to listen. Then
Mm-hmm.
afterwards I just kept quiet, saying that okay, fine. So like
Yeah.
some people, they, I mean, not some, many people, they don't accept to this fact that everything is in our control and we can control anything in our body. It's all because of a thought and thoughts. Yeah.
Yes. And here one more thing is, Lakshmi, yes, we have to share our information, but we should not put too much energies in convincing them, because
Mm,
we have to be really be mindful of how we are using our energies. So we have to be, if it is required, we have to use there. Otherwise, we have to just skip it from there.
yes, Madhu. Like nowadays, I observe myself, if somebody comes and then I open up myself so much, then it becomes like not ending with a good conversation. It ends up with something which is like uh, it's not even negative, but something uncomfortable feeling for both the
Yeah.
parties. So
Yeah,
yeah.
because I think it's all about the belief systems again, how they are brought up. It's all because of that. They have this fear in them that, okay, we are not the experts, so only doctor knows everything. So that kind of a thinking they have. So it is very difficult for us to break that pattern. However, as Ram is suggesting here, that you can send them these links and ask them to check, or you can gift them books about which speaks about all these topics. In that way, there might be an opening for them to understand about these subjects.
Yeah, sure,
Mm,
Madhu. I
yeah.
will share. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Lakshmi. Yes, Pavni garu.
Uh, I just wanted to thank Lakshmi ji for the wonderful, wonderful meditation, ma'am. And the experience which she is uh, acquainting with, even I undergo all these things. yeah, we have to boost each other up, and we have to go forward with, I think, with much patience. Even I feel very restless. When will the society change? But yeah, we have to wait for it.
Yeah.
I take inspiration from Patriji. He's working from 40 years. So I just came now.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I think
Lakshmi ji, for the
I
beautiful
think
night.
Pavni Garu Patriji had made already easy. He had cleared all the path. Now it is very easy. He have given the great tools of meditation, like, and asking us to read many books, asking us to read all the books from east and west, like, which is getting so much of information in us, and also Sajjan Sangatyam. With these three great tools, we can do wonders. It's just that we have to change the way we see the world. Like, we were also in that before. For me, when I see myself, I was in a race 10 years back. I always wanted a beautiful home. I always wanted a nice family. I wanted all the, like, what do you say, my mom knows, like, how I was. uh, if I want some material, that means I want it. That's it. I don't think whether my parents have that money or not. If I want it, that means I want it. But then the moment I changed myself, I looked at things differently.
Yes.
Because I also, if I see my cousins and if I see my friends, they are like me, which I was like 10 years back. So I
Yes.
don't have any feelings towards them. Oh, why are they doing like that? Like, when will they understand? No, I just be patient, because I really worked on myself to come to this kind of understanding. If I change myself, I see the whole world is changed, because the way you see the world that is what matters a lot. So let us change the perspective of, like, as Madhumita says, like, instead of like, thinking that vegetarianism, like, or a vegetarian world will be created, what she put on that day is, it is already created. you know
Yes.
with that thought itself, like, if we, each and every individual, if they think like that, who are in this meditation or who are in the spiritual path, if they see that the world is already changed, it is
Mm.
already changed, because that much power we have. So yes, Pavni Garu, so you are doing your job perfectly.
Today's meditation was wonderful, ma'am. Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Pavni Garu.
Thank you. And we have to remember always that we should create. We shouldn't wait.
Yeah,
As we
exactly.
are all powerful meditators, we just have to remember that again and again we have to remind ourselves that we are very powerful. So, oh, yeah, sorry for the disturbance.
No.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
we have to create. Uh, you create your own reality. We have to again and again remember that, remind ourselves. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Pavni Garu. Wonderful. Yes,
Um,
Shirinji?
yes, that is very interesting, all the points you've been making, especially the one on creating your reality, and it's already happened. But what they found is the most important thing is to have the feeling that it's already happened.
Yes.
That just the thought that it's happened is not enough.
Very
That
true.
feeling as you create, because when
Mhm.
you're doing things to manifest, and I've taught a lot of manifestation and I've seen how that process works, the feeling it's happened is what you want.
Right.
And then you create it. It is so powerful. Also, somebody was talking about the discussion they had in the office about the child. I think at the moment what's happened is that everybody has been so terrified about COVID that people, don't even want to have a cough, or you'll be thinking, oh my God, what is this? So it's brought up so much fear in the whole world. And fear is a very good thing when you're moving to liberation, and because you would have to deal with every last bit of fear in you before you are free. And that terror you have to go through. That is, that is the part of that, the process. However, I think it's also an opportunity, and I haven't taken the vaccine, and I have no intentions of taking this vaccine. But instead of promoting, let's all take the vaccine, we should be really promoting, let's all do more meditation if we're so afraid. Because the fear that, and I think in Bournemouth, I've seen in the Indian community, a lot of promoting vaccine and getting more and more people vaccinated, thinking it's a great thing. I personally don't come from that place. I come from the place where, what is the alternative? How can I enhance my own health? What can I do in my thinking? If I keep on thinking that and go with my fear, I'm going to create it as a reality. I even see it in my family where some of them have taken the vaccine, taken 2 jabs, and they all got COVID after that. You just think, oh my goodness, at what point are we going to say we are, when do you really believe that you can manifest and create anything in your life? So my sense is being congruent with the beliefs that you have is important, because whenever I'm listening to people talking about illness, or talking about let's not take drugs, or whatever's happening, and I talk from experience because I was diabetic, I had a stent. I talk from experience, and I took myself off all of the drugs. And really, it was through meditation, it was through working with others, helping other people, means you're helping yourself. Teaching meditation, you're teaching yourself. And as you said, change yourself is the most important thing. When you make all those shifts for yourself, then you are the example. And it's not an easy process. So my sense is having other people around you who resonate at the same vibration, so that you're all shifting together. And I think for me, I'm very lucky and very privileged that I have people who have similar interests. And they almost seem like these are my true family, because we have something in common. Whereas I can go to my sister and it will be completely different. It will be, I have the best intentions for her, but actually she'll just turn around and say, I hope you don't mind. I love you. You're my sister, but don't tell me how to run my life. And it's like, yeah, I have to also respect that. So I think this journey that we all have is, there's so much more we can all do, and we all are just works in progress. So but I love Bruce Lipton's work, because him and Joe Dispenza and all these guys are just phenomenal. They have taken this to a whole different level. So what we can achieve, what we can accomplish is incredible. And I listened to Patraji this morning for 1.5 hours at his talk. It was magnificent. Actually, Patraji is not even about what he's saying, just the vibration that the person is resonating in. Even if he kept saying the same word over and over and over, it wouldn't matter. Sure. It's like energetically just take the vibration and that's it. So my sense is, what we have now, and I think a part of this so-called pandemic has given us the opportunity to go within ourselves even more. So what can look like, a pretty negative situation is probably going to be the most positive if you can just turn within.
Very true.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shirinji. You have all said very, very beautiful. Each word is very, very beautiful and impactful. And I liked, yes, it's not about only the thought, it's about the feeling, and it's all about the intent. So with that, yes, we will It is already manifested. And yes, the last thing you have said is about the most difficult times will be the most beautiful times. Yes, in my life, when in 2009, when I underwent a miscarriage, that was a difficult, very difficult phase for me. I lost all hope on my life. And then now, if I look back, it was the most beautiful thing that happened in my life. That if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have entered into path of meditation or spirituality, or I would have not known myself. So I really thank these situations in everybody's life. There are so many situations, and that's where we take a pause and we reflect upon, hey, what's that, like where am I going, like, and from somewhere, like if you're ready, from somewhere the help will be given, and if you catch that, you will be walking the path of light. So yes, thank you so much, Chiranji. Beautiful, beautiful, always great to listen to you. It's a power talk, always. It's like a boost you give us. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, Sharuji.
Good morning, co-creators and co-travelers. Good morning to everyone. It was really lovely, Lakshmiji, your meditation, the guided one, and listening to all the masters. It's really beautiful learning from them. What I wanted to add to what all the masters right now has said is that, when we talk about life, it actually boils down to our thoughts and intentions. Because when we talk about life, we always say that life is a suffering because we are suffering. So what I believe is life is neither the suffering nor the bliss. It is what you want it to be. So life has basically no inherent quality in it whatsoever. So it is our choice completely. How do we want to make our lives? So basically, when we talk about people, they always generally confuse between the pain and the suffering. They are a little different from each other, because pain, when we talk about pain, it's more physical. And pain is something that is alerting us that something is wrong in our body, and we cannot avoid that. We cannot avoid that pain. But when we talk about suffering, it is psychological. It is something which is self-manufactured. And it is something then that we have a choice whether we want this suffering to be there or not. It is our choice whether we want to be in that suffering or not. So it is up to us, up to our thoughts, whether we want those thoughts to be negative or positive, or whether we want our life to be a suffering or a bliss. So, and just top it all, it's like, the intentions, the thoughts, the emotions that really matter. So we have to be very conscious as far as our choices are concerned. We have to make conscious choices in our life in order to make it a so-called, bliss, if you really want your life to be a blissful state of mind. So yeah, that's what I wanted to add. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharu. Thank you so much for sharing this. Yes, pains are inevitable, but however, suffering is a choice. Very true. Very truly said. Thank you so much, Sharu. Wonderful. Yes, Ram.
Hello, everyone. Thanks a lot, Lakshmi ji, for this wonderful meditation this morning. Thanks a lot. And another beautiful article, Madhu. My personal experience is also that in the year 2006, I had a very high fever. So I was traveling back to India. I arrived there, and just after a few days, I was down. So high fever. So a couple of days I did not take any medicine, and then my cousins, they forced me, they took me to the doctor, they got all the medicines, and they were just lying beside me on the bed. And I started to say to my body, I started to speak to my body that, I was burning. And then I used to say, okay, everything will come down. And my cousins used to come, check my temperature, and they used to feel before arriving to where I was lying down that it's so very hot, so very warm, they could sense it. And then measuring the temperature, they say, okay, these are the medicines you have to take. I said, okay, just give me half an hour. So then I used to lie down, keep on looking at me with the closed eyes, meditating, looking to bring down the temperature. And every time I do that, half an hour was enough, sometimes even much less, my body used to come back to the normal temperature. So my cousins check back and say, what is happening? Now you are normal. Yes, I don't need medicine. Just give it time. So I kept on doing this for 4 or 5 days. No medicine I have taken. They were just laying beside the bed. And then everything came back to normal. So it was such a beautiful experience that we have a pharmacy within our body. We have everything that is required to take care of ourselves. Every time we get sick, every time these symptoms comes out, it is a process of healing. It is not a process of disintegration. So we just need to give time to the body to find its way out. And in that process, depending on what our body is going, we all need to have the right thoughts, right intentions. So that just boosts our chemical industry within our body, our laboratory within our body. And it is a moment-to-moment practice. It is not when we get sick, we have to be there. It is always how we think at each moment that makes ourselves into that direction. So every moment we have to be in that aspect of this concept you are sharing every day. We heal ourselves. And so similar experiences had happened many times. So that reinforced on this concept. And reading books, right? Like You're the Placebo was one of my top choices. When we speak about we can heal ourselves. So someone physically broken, his vertebra broken, was able to be back. So these authors, take it, Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, these all are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people who are saying this, sharing this from what they really underwent. So thanks a lot. And Lakshmiji, about your experience, I had similar experiences. I have had always such cases, but through the time, what I understood is I'm no one for them to convince. I just share what I experience, and they understand out of what they are experiencing in their life. And I'm not there to convince anyone. So when I dropped this effort of convincing others, I kind of found that people slowly resonated with what we were sharing. Because when I had the intention to convince, there was an effort pushing from their comfort way of thinking. But then when I dropped this thought that they should follow me or I should convince them, they just felt I was sharing what was needed there. It took time though. So in my office, I always used to have a couple of books, Thought to Destiny and You're the Placebo. I was working with Italian colleagues. I have purchased Italian version of You're the Placebo, and I had it in my office. And you don't believe, almost all of my Italian colleagues, in a span of 5-6 years, they all read this book, You're the Placebo, by Dr. Joe Dispenza, without any effort. Because they come to office, they look at it somehow, some or the other way around. We kind of, they want to know, because when there is no more effort that I need to convince them, they wanted to know more. So eventually, in this span of time, almost all of my Italian colleagues have read these books, and they keep on asking me which books. Some have went and purchased other books of Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton. They started reading, and now they are reading Mind to Matter by Dawson Church. The moment they saw my post that I was reading it, they ordered by themselves, most of the Italians, and they're reading these books. So it just comes when we drop our effort to convince anyone and just share what we are experiencing with no expectation. Just like a flower, right? Flower does not expect that we convince, that it wants to convince us of its beauty. It is just expressing its life. There are no conditions attached to it. And you see how we all connect to the beauty of the flowers. It is the similar thing we all need to be doing, that we just express just like a flower with no expectations of showing the beauty or trying to convince others of the beauty of the flower. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ram. That was really, really beautiful. And yes, friends, I would like to also share one thing that yesterday me and Ram were taking a walk late at night, say around 10:30. We went out for a walk, and there was still light. And when we were walking, we saw beautiful rose plants. And we went there and we touched the rose plants, and you know how much beautiful they are. It's just they are just there, they are just surrendered themselves to the nature. And when they did that without any expectations, they're just showering the beauty. It's like the same thing when we surrender to our own self, you know, when we trust our own self that we have everything within us to heal ourselves, then the beauty will be out, you know, like it's the inside beauty will show the outside beauty. So yes, friends, this was a beautiful experience that we had, that beautiful moment we had yesterday with that rose plant, and how it is putting all its energy to make it look so beautiful, and just trusting everything, all the elements, and you know, it was really amazing to see that. And yes, gratitude is also one more thing, friends. Express gratitude for little things. Don't just be in a rush, and don't just go like that. Appreciate, stand there for a while and look at the tree. You say, wow, you're so beautiful. Thank you for coming into my life. You know, like your presence, you being there is really giving me so much peace in my heart. So, you know, when you keep on expressing your gratitude to each and every little thing, that's where you are opening a new door, and something is shifting inside you, in yourself, because you are happy. When you are happy from inside, that brings a lot of health. So yes, friends. And Ram was sharing one article. Ramesh, can you please just tell about that experience of that lady who had healed herself while walking in the nature? Can you please share that?
Which one, Madhu?
From the Mind to Matter book, you know, this lady who was having
Yes.
so
So
important.
yeah, so there was a lady in US, and she was diagnosed of cancer, and basically it spread all through the body, and the doctor said there are no more chances, that even with the strongest treatments, known treatments, we are not sure. So she just did not underwent those strong surgeries. Rather, she started to take long walks in the nature, and in the morning and in the evening daily. And every time she used to walk, she used to look, or let's say she used to imagine, that there were stars of energy falling from the skies into her body, and they are, let's say, healing all these cancer cells. They are eating off these cancer cells. They are just working in the process of healing. So she kept on imagining, she kept on looking at these stars as she used to walk in the nature. And then she used to get back home and take long showers. And during the showers, she continued to imagine how water is healing her body and everything is going off from her body. So in a span of 3 months' time, what was supposed to be that she should not be alive, that after 3 months, she started to automatically feel better and better and better. And within 3 months' time, when she got the test done, to the surprise of doctors, there was not a single trace of cancer in her body. So all these examples, even each one of us have underwent our own personal experiences of healing, and no matter how small or large it is just confirming what we are hearing day to day, that we can heal ourselves. So Thank you, Madhu.
Thank you so much, Ram. That was a great experience of this lady. Wonderful. Yes. Charu, you want to share something?
Yeah, I just wanted to share one of my personal experiences, which recently happened. I think I have shared it earlier also, but since the topic is such, I want to share it again. So it was in 2020 when the first wave of the COVID had happened, and I was on the bed for 10 days. And everybody was suspecting that I have COVID, and everybody was saying that, Charu, you have that. I think you should go get yourself checked. And my fever was shooting up to 103 and 104, and it was not coming down at that time. So I just told them that just relax. I'm not going to die right now. It is not yet my time. So let me do it and let me heal myself for some time. Just give me 2 days and I'll be fine. And within those 2 days, when I was conversing with the angels told me to do the music therapy. And it was through the music therapy, through the music, that I was able to heal myself on the bed, because I could not go out in the nature. I could not be with the trees. I could not be with the nature. So I just was on the bed and with the music, and I was with the angel, and I was completely, within 2 days, my fever that was shooting up to 104, it just came down to 100 first. It was after the 100, it started coming down to 99. So yes, as Ramgaru said, that we all have a pharmacy inside, but yes, it all boils down to our thoughts again, because thoughts are very, very powerful. Because I've mentioned earlier also that people who do not have a very deadly disease in them, but if they start thinking, like, for example, I gave you an example of a man who was misdiagnosed with cancer. In fact, even my cousin who was being misdiagnosed with cancer, but it was the thought that, even if the cancer was not there, because that person was thinking about the cancer 24/7. I mean, it was like 24 hours he was thinking about the cancer. So he invited that particular ailment in his body, and he actually everything got cancerous in his body. He invited cancer. So we have to be very, very, very careful as far as the thoughts are concerned, because after all, at the end of it, it is our thought, it is our mind that actually makes our life a bliss or a suffering. So this is what I wanted to share. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for a lovely article. Thank you.
Yeah, Sharuji and Ramji, one small doubt. Like when we are meditating and we are so positive that nothing is going to happen, and if some kind of ailment happens also, we are sure like we will recover by ourselves. So yesterday's conversation was this on the same thing. Like I'm as confident that nothing has happened to my kid or anything, but still people say like you have to get diagnosed. So my question is, when I am so confident that nothing is going to happen, should I really go for diagnosis when I see that there is nothing is going to happen and everything is under control? If it is out of control, yes, as they suggest, like we can go for diagnosis. But when things are in control, should I even step ahead for the diagnosis?
Yes, Sharu, please go ahead, Sharu.
Okay, Ram sir, no? I would request Ram sir first to say, and then I'll say. I'll speak.
Yes. So, Lakshmiji, what do you think?
For me,
Now-
I was
now
not
you
ready
have-
to go to diagnosis also. I was not ready because I was pretty much confident that it is just a cold. It's a regular cold, and with my home medicines, it has, like, she had already recovered. It was only for 1 day, but still because of this COVID fear, what Shirin is saying, Shirinji is saying, like people are suggesting like you have to go ahead and get diagnosed with a doctor, and then take a call whether what medicines you have to take or not take. But I am confident that nothing is going to happen.
So you are creating your realities the same way every one of us are creating their own realities. So every information we are hearing and sharing here is just about reaffirming that we are creating our reality. So it is important how you are integrating this information into you, and how you see it has to be done is how it will manifest. So how you said is exactly like that. So just flow with all this information that you have got, how you're resonating with that. And the answers are in every article we are hearing. To go or not to go, to do or not to do. It is just a matter of how we are integrating this information into ourselves. Yeah?
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharuji.
Yes, Sharu.
Okay, so as far as my understanding goes, what I feel is we all are on a different level of evolution, understanding and awareness. So what we understand, our family members might not understand because they are not on the same level of awareness. They have a different level. And if we, because we are in a family and we have to cater to them also, so that the family of ours, they do not get into a panic state. The first step that you have to do is you have to make them understand this. If they do not understand, and if it is okay, then you can go and get the diagnosis done, but you have to tell your family that I can heal myself, I can do that, and just trust me. Even if I am going there for diagnosis, it's just for your sake that I'm doing that. But I'm going to do that, but I'm going to heal myself as well, so that they also do not get or enter into a state which is very, panic stricken state. Because usually when the families, they're like the husbands, the spouses, and the kids, they feel terrified because people who are not meditating, for example, my husband, he doesn't meditate much, or my children, so they do not know much about this. So what they are seeing is that I'm physically suffering and they don't want me to suffer on the bed. So that is the reason why they want me to get the diagnosis done, so that the proper treatment is to be given and I am out of the bed, and that is normal. That is absolutely normal. So even if you are going for the diagnosis, that is, for me, it is okay. It is giving them peace of mind. But yes, you have to make them understand that the healing will be done by my body itself. This is what I also did. I did not go for the diagnosis. I did not go for the test. But I just told them, because thankfully my family understands what I do. So they did not interfere much in it. So they understood what I was saying to them, and they just left it on to me. So it is absolutely up to you, Lakshmi. Yeah? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharuji.
Thank you, Sharu.
And also you were saying, Lakshmiji, it is about your daughter. So it is also important that you check not just from your side, but also how she's
From the daughter.
resonating. Yeah, so how your understandings of this is integrating into her thought processes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great. Yes, Abir.
Good morning, Madhu. Good morning,
Very
everyone.
good morning, Abir.
My input, is very simple. We already try to expand our awareness by, learning about ourselves more. People around us, they may be happy with, whatever level they are. And when you tell them that my level is different and you don't understand me, this is maybe create a little bit more resistant for you and for your ideas. So in my opinion, that first of all, we try to understand our abilities. And this is what we call it a higher level of understanding us. And then again, to teach people what we learn is a different story. I think by confronting others and tell them, okay, I'm not going, you put them into a panic more. What we learn through our journey, that panic is just a level which everyone can reach easily. It's a norm. Beyond the panic is what we are learning, that after panic, what? It will be ending with something good for us. So we, in this point, to convince anyone there is something beyond the suffering, beyond the panic, beyond what's happening. It can be, faced with a lot of resistance. what I try to say, that first of all, be example, not by talk, by belief. And believe it or not, once you already achieve that by yourself, people will start to recognize why she is so calm, why she is in control of a situation like this. What is the secret behind that? Why we all get into here and there while she is looking very calm and very, very cheerful, and she look positive. From this, you can convey a bigger message. But also I want to add, and I don't know if I'm clear in what I'm saying or not, but I'm trying my best to say that if you believe that everything for good, if you're really honest about that, if you sincerely believe that everything happening, like any big disaster, that is for good, there's something positive will happen, without even talking about it, it's like infection. It have its own energy, it radiate, you radiate with that. And this is from my own experience, that you didn't need all the time to teach people. Be the example, and the energy of that knowledge will expand by herself. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abir. It's great listening to you after a long time, and beautifully said, very beautifully said. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Abir. Yes, Indraji?
Yes, on this, thank you. On this question of diagnosis, yes, I think it's very much up to you. If you want a diagnosis, go and get it. And if you are sort of spiritual enough and at a level where you don't need a diagnosis, you don't have to go for it. What we call it an energy, any illnesses, or what the doctors and the society calls sickness or illness, we call it an energy imbalance. That is where the difference lies. And if you want to know what that energy imbalance is going to do to your physical body, and if you do, then if you want to diagnose it, go and get it. There's nothing wrong in it. And it's very much in the mind. Now, very recently, just to give you one of my experiences, I had a sort of a pimple come in my body suddenly, and within 2 days it festered. And my wife was very concerned. It could be something nasty, and wanted me to go to the doctor. And I was also honestly in half a mind whether to go and go to the doctor and get a diagnosis, or whether I should not. And I went to the doctor. And what I told the doctor was, please, doctor, check if this is anything nasty. He checked it and he said, there's nothing nasty. And as usual, he gave me prescribed antibiotics. I didn't take the medication. Within 2 days, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think that diagnosis helped me. I had a fear inside me. This is something nasty. Mm-hmm. When I went to the doctor, that fear was taken off me.
Yeah.
And within 2 days, it's gone. And I didn't take the medication. Then I told my wife, look, my dear, I haven't taken the medication. It's just gone off in 2 days. So you don't need medication. You don't need antibiotics to heal these things. And you know what she told me? She said, all right, don't throw it away. Keep it. It'll come back and you will have to take it. Oh. That's what she told me. Having said that, some years ago, my wife, she had cancer, leukemia, and she came out of it. And she really put a miraculous fight against it. She was strong in her mind. I'm going to fight it out. She fought it out. And a few years later, her consultant, even now she goes to the clinic for a checkup. The cancer came in about 12 years ago, but even now they check her out at the clinic. So a few years ago, the consultant who treated her and who was checking her out said, "You are one of the star patients I have had," the consultant said, "because you put a strong fight against it." So you see the message. Even the doctors who are treating you, they believe that it's all in the mind, right? You got to put a fight, you win. If you don't fight, you don't win. So, so these are things that we got to strike a balance. Even science, all the research they do, they all that. They spend a lot of effort that goes into it. So we should not we should not rubbish their findings. We should not. We should have a balance of mind in ourselves, right? So if you are spiritual and if you think it's an energy balance, treat it that way, and that will help you. That's the best medicine. That's the best medicine. But if you are not evolved to that level, and if you are not sure about yourself, you want to go for diagnosis, go for it. And if you want to take the medication, take it. But make sure that you keep meditating. Put your focus on meditation and your evolution. And then that's where the answer is, I think.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Indraji, for sharing your personal experiences, and it really helps us a lot to understand. Yes, like if we are going through some situation in our life, a physical situation in our life, and all our family are saying, hey, you have to get it checked done. So somewhere we get a fear, maybe it might be, there it might be nasty, as you said. So when the doctor confirmed that, yes, it is nothing, it's very simple, just take this medication and everything will be gone. You had to trust in yourself back that, yes, I can heal myself. I don't need medications, because the doctors had conveyed you that it is not nasty. So see, that much powerful our mind is. The moment we shift our mind that it is nothing, and I have all the power within me to heal myself, and you will surely get healed. Like your wife got healed with the cancer that she was going through many years back, and you with that pimple that you had. So it, and Joe Dispenza, if he had now he's able to walk and run and travel all around the world. Who few years back was like a vegetable. How he healed himself without even a medication, without even a surgery, is because of all in the mind. So when we change the mind, everything will be changed. So thank you so much, Indraji, for sharing your experiences. Thank you so much. So yes,
Ma'am,
Pamela.
in today's article, one thing the author mentioned, if please correct me if I'm wrong, he told that there are millions of cells in our body, and each cell is an entity. Like as we are an entity, our soul is an entity.
Exactly.
And each cell is an entity. That means it has life, and so that is the reason we have the power to heal ourselves, because
Very true.
our thoughts. Is this correct, which I understood?
Yes, this is what is right, Pamni Garu. Like we are not alone. Like we have a complete army inside us. I always wonder, my goodness, how we are able to move our hand, how each and every cell in our body, it's really amazing how we can think that we are alone. We have a complete army in us, and the moment we give the right command, they are really waiting. Yes, I will do it, I'll do it. And if you don't give any command and you just lose hope in the life, they just be dormant. They're just like that. So trust that, yes, you are not alone, that you have a whole army inside you. Then that gives you a lot of strength. That gives a lot of things for you to work on yourself. So that's very true. Very true.
And that army is working for us.
Yes, they are only working for us. Solely working for the king. We are the king, and the all the cells are like army. And they are just waiting for the king to give them a command.
And
So
one more thing, ma'am. I heard from a master that Patriji says no doctor, no medicine. But he also says if we have a problem in the eyes or teeth, we have to go to the doctor. Is it right?
Yes. That is fine. Like you don't need any, like medication for that. You just have to get it tested, right? You don't take any medication for your the teeth and all these things and eyes. So that's what he says. Yes, those are the exceptions. Those two are the exceptions. Apart from the other surgeries, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pamela. We can communicate with this. Yes, once. Yes, Ram, please go ahead.
Yeah. So regarding every aspect, right, in the end, it condenses to how we are looking at this situation.
Mm-hmm.
When we look at the example of Dr. Joe Dispenza, it is very clear, no matter whatever state we are living, it is how we wanted to heal ourselves. So that example applies to each and every case that we can reflect upon, with no exceptions. And when we speak about this army of cells within our body, this 60 billion or 60 trillion, it's mentioned in many books. So many cells are just following us, are just looking at us. And how do they take the commands? They are taking the commands each and every millisecond. That is why as we become aware, we change our words, we change our feelings, we change our emotions, we change our thoughts. As we refuse any idea outside, as we do not fall in harmony with our neighbors, with our friends, with our family members, we are just telling them it is okay not to cooperate. It is okay to refuse. So it is actually the way we are living is the way we are telling ourselves to live.
Mm-hmm.
So when we fall in harmony with everything in our life, everything is everything. When we understand that everything is perfectly doing, or everything is just perfect, and we go in the synchronicity with this understanding, even the cells understand the same thing, that I am perfectly doing what is required. There is no need to repel or to rebel or to dislike my functions or to dislike my neighbors, dislike my friends, which are other cells, because it's the same harmony that is there also. So by the way we are living, the cells are taking the commands. It is not just through meditation, but also each and every moment of our life, the cells are taking our commands because they are living beings. They are just looking at us. So awareness, consciousness, being more and more aware of each and every moment of our life in terms of thoughts, words, deeds, behaviors, everything, beliefs, everything is just giving commands to this universe of cells within our bodies. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ram. Yes, the right commands is very important. Yes, thanks, Mom. We can communicate with the cells and heal ourselves. When animals can heal themselves, why not we? Yes. Yeah, very true. So, all right, friends, then we will all see. Yeah, hi, Meena.
Yeah, I was listening to all of you. Thank you very much for this enlightenment session. Can I say something from the books I read?
Yes,
if we have anything in our body, if we have some issues with our intestine, or if you have something issues with our heart, throat, or any part of the body, from the knowledge I got from the books, it says that the chakras, the area of that chakra, if it is with the heart, you are having some issues with the problem with the heart, The Anahata chakra, whatever it is there, the heart, that means there is an imbalance of energy in that area, in that chakra. If it is with your intestine or pancreas, you will have that the solar plexus or whatever the chakra location is, the area of all the parts of the body around that, the energy imbalance is there. So they say that your energy flow, it's like a water flowing into the tube, right? If the water is flowing properly, the energy is flowing properly into your body, there won't be any imbalances and there won't be any diseases within your body. So the energy flow has to happen. That's what we have to meditate regularly for the cosmic energy to enter into that proper flow of the energy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meena. Yes. So it all comes to meditation, the more we meditate, the more we heal everything inside us. That's why the more we receive the cosmic energy or the nature energy that will heal everything, the physical, the mental, the emotional, everything gets healed. So thank you so much, Meena, for sharing this. Yeah. So all the doctors and all the scientists like Bruce Lipton and Joe Dispenza, they are combining science with spirituality. So it is really, really wonderful to see all the work they've been doing and promoting about meditation and how we can heal ourselves. So thank you so much to all. Thanks to all the masters who have been contributing for these works. Thank you so much, friends. And friends, for today evening, we will be having Yana, and Yana will be speaking about on her topic, consciousness creation, today's evening, and she will pick up a topic that is a theme. And for tomorrow morning, we will be having the topic on Everything is Energy by Caroline Miss. So it is again a wonderful topic, friends. Please do join us and inform your friends and let them also understand that they can also heal themselves. And thank you so much, friends. And we will all see you in the evening. Namaste to all. Bye-bye.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Muktaji.
you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you
Namaste.
all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.